Good morning, all. Welcome to the Trump Corner series. Global political situation is indeed turning from bad to worse. At the root is, as you said, de-dollarization. Can you throw some light on the de-dollarization process?
Yeah, good morning to all. It is a very pleasing morning with global upsets going around. Let us discuss something on the de-dollarization. And to understand de-dollarization, we need to understand what is dollarization. In 1973, when oil was discovered in Saudi Arabia and in the nearby region, they did not have any proper technology to drill the oil, nor did they have any defense to protect the oil. So United States, who had become the winner of the World War II and had all equipment, including the nuclear power, and the world's biggest defense system. They offered them defense system as well as technology to remove the oil, which they gracefully accepted. But they put the condition that they will sell all the oil in dollars only. To any country, they will sell the oil to dollars. At the same time, because US was in dominant condition in the world, they put the condition to all the countries of the world that whatever they sell or buy to any country of the world, they will do it in US dollar only. So what happened? US dollar suddenly became in demand. Everybody knew wanted dollars. Suppose India want to put a plant and import a technology, they want dollar. Everybody did. So actually dollar was in demand. So dollars value started climbing very fast. So taking advantage of it, US government delinked the traditional proven formula of global reserves and currency printing. That relationship was broken and delinked, and they started printing in excess. If, as we know, if any country starts printing their notes in excess, what will happen? Inflation will high multifold, but it did not. Why? Because US dollar was in demand. So whatever they printed, it was absorbed in around the world. So the rest of the world was sponsoring the inflation of US. So US become a very luxurious country without any inflation, without any practically interest rate, and good life, good quality of life, because printing of notes was in immense. So there was no problem in US. Everybody started going to US, including Indians, Chinese, because life was easy, roads were big, roads were clean, everything was good, money was easy to make. So because of the dollar. Now what happened as they went on printing more and more, they have now they have to import everything because dollar become expensive, so they cannot export anything. So they made China the manufacturing hub, India too to some extent, Vietnam and other countries too, Africa the mining hub, South America, the mining hub, and started importing everything from the rest of the world. So, but they could not export. So once you go on purchasing without selling anything, it converts into debt. So gradually US went into debt. $1 trillion, $2 trillion, $3 trillion. From 1973 to 2025, at present, US has a debt of $37 trillion. Now the interest of this debt cannot service their defense sector, nor it can serve their Fed government. So US is in crisis because they cannot sustain their defense mechanism, their soldiers around the world. So they have started narrowing down their defense mechanism. They have started cutting down their Fed government employees. They have started cutting down all non-essential expenditure. They have started withdrawing the non-critical membership of all the global institutes, which they themselves created and sponsored. They have stopped sponsoring the breaking India forces, breaking China forces, breaking Africa forces, all those, were sponsored by US and its isotopes, including Europe, Canada, etc. So they have stopped because now they are in debt. So because of that, BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, they have declared that they will create an alternate currency and they will not transact in US dollar. At present, about 30% of the world transactions are taking place outside US dollar and it is increasing more and more. Of late, Saudi Arabia has requested Russia to use their mechanism for the oil export outside dollar, and that is happening, that has started happening. So now US is in deep trouble. So now how to come out of the trouble? Now they have to, because during dollarization dollar became expensive and everything was imported. Now to come out of the trouble they have to start exporting, so they have to devalue dollar. Devaluation of dollar and using non-dollar as currency of the world trade is known as de-dollarization process. So now if $1 is 90 rupees, it is very difficult for America to export anything to India. But suppose it becomes 60, 70, 50, 30, then it becomes easy. So now onwards, dollar, we will find a significant drop in dollar value that will be deliberately done by US. They will not try to save it, because if they try to save the US dollar, the country will be out. So this is the whole de-dollarization process taking place.
Thank you for the informative answer. Reserve Bank of India has of late offloaded US treasuries. Any take on this?
Yeah, they offloaded some $50 billion. That is an ongoing process. But in last 2 years, they offloaded a huge chunk of US treasuries, and now about 200 or $220 billion of US treasuries lies with India. At the same time, they are buying gold. The Reserve Bank is holding 880 tons of gold. As the dollar was the strong currency and everybody needed dollar, in absence of dollar being the strong currency, gold and silver have taken its place. So gold and silver have become very expensive because now everybody wants something else based on which the new currency can be generated. So that is gold and silver and other precious metals too, of course, and other commodities including copper and all. So gold and silver have become very expensive, and it is likely that for the next 3, 4, 5 years in the international market they will remain strong, and the dollar value will start coming down, the dollar spread will start coming down.
Okay. Next question. German Chancellor Mr. Friedrich uh, is at Ahmedabad. What's up there?
Yeah, about 60 MOUs have been signed between India and Germany. Narendra Modi sir have invited, because he is also in Ahmedabad for the kite festival. Both are enjoying the kite festival at Ahmedabad. So Modi sir has invited German universities to put up their universities schools here in India. So Indian students need not go there. As such also, after de-dollarization, the jobs will dry up in all the advanced countries. So for job, nobody will go to US, UK, Canada or anywhere else. But the quality education which they have devised will be available in India at our fingertips to our students. For that they have invited. One important thing, Germany has officially dropped out of their proposal of 2036 Olympic. Now India is the only proposer. So there is still time left, and other countries can also initiate the process. But it is most likely that after Commonwealth in 2000 in Ahmedabad, 2036 Olympics will be organized in Ahmedabad. So Ahmedabad is going to be a mega city, big mega city in the time to come, in next 10-20 years.
Next, is US disassociating itself with global institutions?
Yeah, as I said, because they don't have money extra. They are in debt. So about 35 institutes linked to UNO and almost 30 non-linked to UNO. They are dissociating. Now the new institutions will be formed where veto will be with Narendra Modi, Putin, Trump, and China premier. So everything is going to change. Now this UNO and Security Council of UNO and all those will be obsolete in time to come, and new institutes will come where India will have a dominant role to play. So for that we need the leaders to continue like Narendra Modi, Adityanath Yogi, Amit Shah, etc.
What about Andaman and Nicobar becoming the next hotspot?
Actually, our Home Minister Sri Amit Shah sir yesterday announced that we are planning that Andaman and Nicobar will contribute maximum to Indian treasuries in the next 10 years. So all those industry houses in the world and business houses in the world are invited to invest in Andaman and Nicobar. That is the news, and that is a very surprising, wonderful news for us. So more and more investment in India is likely to come because of that.
Thanks a lot for the informative session. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, Iran situation is worsening as we know. The Iranian group of Norway has claimed that about 550 lives have been lost. Some are claiming that about 650 are lost. I'm not sure because there is a communication blackout. Situation is serious. Trump has already given orders to prepare their army and Israel's army on a tip of the button to attack Iran. So anything is likely anytime. But situation is very bad, and youngsters and students are losing their lives in bulk. Very extremely unfortunate.
Okay, that's very sad. But thank you very much for the session. And
Thank you so much. So nice of you. I request all our Kacho Gujarati viewers to subscribe the channel and share videos with your nears and dears. Thank you so much. So nice of you.